Here. It's amazing to watch, isn't it, when you see riders who clearly are going downhill just as fast, and they lose 10 meters and then you're gone. You don't come back. You might come back if you're lucky with a group or something, but you just realize that suddenly the peloton is gone. There's no rhyme or reason to it other than you've lost 10 meters and you're suddenly having to push the air yourself. Right, we're on to Kimihurura. 11% at the bottom, as if you've been watching the other races, we've got used to. So you have to really just concentrate on this climb. At this time in the race, these riders will just be measuring the effort. You don't want to go firmly in the red zone right now. We're starting to see some moves from the team of Italy. Just trying to work out what their plan might be. They've certainly got race favourites in this particular Italian squad. Lorenzo Finn was the junior world champion last year. Borgo is in here, who rides for Bahrain Victorious. And I imagine the Italian team believe that they can probably win today's race if they play things right. So Al-Alaili of UAE's gone from the front group all the way through and gone out the back, unfortunately. This is Mali. The Mali rider, the Emerton, and a problem here for the Haiti rider, and this is Wilson Sanon. Two Mali riders together. Tiamoka Diallo, Tiamoka Diamatan. Just can't go with the pace that's being set on this rise. 271 meters of climbing remain. And this race is starting to come back together. This is Kozaris. When we look at teams who might win today, we talked about the Italian team a moment ago. When you look at their squads, Alessandro Borgo rides for Bahrain Victorious. Lorenzo Finn rides for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe Rookies. Simone Gualdi rides for Intermarché Wanty. And Pietro Matteo is part of the Visma Lisa bike team. And he's moving from their development team into their World Tour team. So there's... that Italian team is incredibly, incredibly strong. Such a shame for the Ethiopian rider. Looks like he's got a puncture. Kozaris is our solo leader, but things are coming back together. Only 10 seconds then for Kozaris. Belgium have got a really good field of riders in here. Just watch the riders work their way up and over that particular little section. As Kozaris continues with his effort. Perhaps the race favourite for today. Jakub Soderquist, after his time trial the other day. This is the Ukrainian rider at the front, coming up towards the end of lap number 1. Will get 10 laps of racing remaining. Jakub Soderquist of Sweden. He'll have to be clever though. He's the solo competitor from Sweden, but he's there and he's the strong rider. He knows the course. He clearly was incredibly strong in the time trial. I'll get an idea now of the average speed of the riders, how things are going as they come up to complete lap number 1 and get 10 laps of racing remaining. Kozeres is the solo leader at the end of lap 1. Not too many seconds between the two groups right now, just a matter of just under 20. This is the convention centre. Built on the model of the traditional huts. The dome-shaped landmark. It's a global conference hub now there, and it opened in 2016. Kozeres has completed that lap. The average speed 41.6 on that first lap, which is a pretty rapid tempo. The average speed of the opening lap of the junior race was actually 41.8. So that lap was just a little bit slower than the junior race. Shows how well the juniors were going earlier. The pattern of this under-23 race, though, should be a little bit different. Leading across the line that time in the peloton was Paul Fietsker, Tim Rex, Marco Schrettel, also Jana Wiedar, Niels Aberasold, Hebron Berhan of Eritrea, Lorenzo Fien of Italy, Johan Tiab was also at the front of the race. We're at 101 riders already. So we've lost 17 riders from the peloton on that first lap of racing. Kozeres has clearly decided, I want to go it alone today. He was with that original group of riders. He's continued with his workload and gone away.
It's too hot. Match this. Guys, you need to stay hydrated.
This is Jakub Omrazel of Slovenia, having a little problem at the back. Try this at home. He's obviously got a problem with this. I'm not so sure he's going to get that back in. Why not ride without your computer today? I don't think this is going to happen, is it? This is the little bracket, for those of you who don't know, that holds your computer. He's asked for an Allen key. At this sort of speed, I just don't think it's going to happen. He's got to get the Allen key in that bracket and get it done up. Why not go old school, take your computer off and ride? You never know what might happen. Kavon Rizal at the back, rides for the Bahrain Victorious development team. He'll be riding for Bahrain Victorious' World Tour team next season. He's won the Giro d'Italia Next Generation. He's a very useful bike rider. He took that back in June. He was second on the final stage into Pinerolo. Fourth overall. That's a good idea.
Ali unutulmaz bir doğum günü hediyesi.
Antalya 5 yıldızlı otel.
Çok iyi fikir. Aquapark.
Budur. İşte tatil. Budur.
What if there's another way? Another way to connect? Another way to create? Another way to fly? There's always another way. Paradigm.
There's a few riders here in the pits are bringing their race to an end, unfortunately, at the end of the first lap. Amaru Musa of Cameroon looks like, unfortunately, the gave us that chain has gone. .146 kilometres to go. We will go down to the bottom of Kigali Gulf again at 142.6 kilometres. Still Kozares continues with his advance. We were talking about 1996, the first edition of this Under-23 World Championship. In the last few who have medalled in this championship are already, of course, top World Tour riders. Biniam Girmay was a rider who finished in the silver medal position in 2021. Girmay, such a trailblazer for African sports. Green jersey of the Tour de France just a few years later. And on that day, it was Baroncini who took the victory. Biniam Girmay was second, and he beat Okoye, who was in third place. So some fast sprinters that day. In 2019, it was Samuele Battistella ahead of Stefan Bissega and Tom Pidcock. But that was the day when the result was changed right at the finish after the chase of the Dutch rider. Soren Varenskold has taken a bronze medal in 2022. Axel Laurence, I mentioned the winner in 2023, has now the Belgian team come to the front. But other winners of this race in the history of this championship, Mark Hirschi was the winner in 2018. The year before, it was Benoit Cosnefroy. We go back to 2013, Matej Moric took the victory. That was the year after he'd taken the junior victory. And I think that's the first day, as we see Kavon Rizal come back. He's one of the race favourites for today. Matej Moric, winner 2013, the year after 2012 when he took the junior victory. And I think that's the first time in a bike race that we ever saw the Super Tuck. Many people think it was Chris Froome who invented the Super Tuck, which has now been, of course, removed from competition. But it was actually in that World Championship, Matej Moric in the under-23 race went onto the top tube and pedalled for the first time. It wasn't the first time he'd done it, it was the first time we'd seen it on screen. But that then became a thing. Chris Froome then used it in the Tour de France, and the rest is history. This group of riders just pedaling their way back in, give the chance for the Venezuelan, number 79, Maestra, to come back. Before Matej Moric took the victory in 2013, Alexei Lutsenko was the winner in 2012. And before that was one of the fastest sprinters, Arnaud Demar. A world champion this time in the mixed relay, Michael Matthews took it in 2010. remember him winning that that World Championship. I think it was one of the first world titles I commented on. Roman Sicard was the winner in 2009. And then before that, if you go into the 90s, Ivan Basso won it in 1998, and Kurt Arvidsson won it in 1997. So many big names of the world of cycling have won this under-23 title or taken medals as well. This peloton working its way now to Kigali Golf. We're about to hit the bottom of it now. One thing that was also interesting was in 1996 in Lugano is that Italy took 1, 2, 3. And then they did it again in 1998 when Basso did take the victory, and he beat Nocentini into second and Danilo De Luca into third. So 3 Italians in the top places overall. Cosarez continues with his attack. France got a 1-2 in 2011 with Demar and Audrien Petit. And other riders who've taken medals in recent years, Pascal Ackermann, Leonard Kemner. We've mentioned Olav Koy. Louis Menkes took silver in 2013 in Firenze behind Matej Moric. Brian Cockard took a silver in 2012, so it just shows you just how important this actual race is and how you can become one of the top riders in the world if you take the under-23 world title. Italy have got the most medals, 16 in total, with 6 gold, 6 silvers and 4 bronze. Cosarez has gone straight out the back, from front to back and out the back. It's happened now twice with the UAE. Belgium in the ascendancy as the peloton is all together. The Ugandan rider is distanced. Shafiq Mugalu. Got 2 riders in here. Laurent is also in there as well. So it's Belgium now who decide to just start to turn the screw on everybody. All 4 of their riders at the front. They've got 5 riders in total, so they've got 1 rider sitting a little bit further back. But this team are obviously deciding, let's take this on early, let's make life a little bit difficult for the rest of the peloton. As the Mauritian rider goes out the back, this is Piat. I think tomorrow we might see a lot more of this Mauritian jersey. Kim McCaw, one of the favourites for the women's race. Australia's starting to move forwards. In the green and gold, the white jersey with the green and gold across it. Matthew Greenwood, Zach Marridge and Hamish McKenzie. This is Amishi of Turkey, who's also now been dropped. And I think this is going to be that sort of situation throughout most of today, where we're just going to see riders getting more and more distanced. On the front of the peloton, Tim Rex of Belgium. He's the one who's been asked to do the work. Belgium may well sacrifice some riders in order to try and win this race today. Some team tactics will come into play in this particular championship. That's Tim Rex on the front, 21 years of age, rides for the development team of Visma Lisa Bike. He will be joining the World Tour team in 2026. You can see him there on that yellow bike, yellow and black Cervelo. Third on the stage of the Tour de l'Avenir in 2024. So many of these under 23 riders are moving into the World Tour so early. A South African rider realises suddenly that he's the last in the string. This is Joshua Dyke. And that's the makeup of the team. We've got Pedri Kroos, Lane Kirk and Warren Moolman. Tim Rex on the front, 8th in the Liège-Bastogne-Liège for under 23 riders in 2024. It's a good climber, Tim Rex. Doesn't look that fast, does it? 76 kilometers an hour down this particular section. We're almost at Kimerura for the second time. About 400 metres until we reach the cobbles. And we'll see what sort of damage the cobbles will do this time. Certainly it's getting rid of riders every single lap. And without really trying to exert any pressure on the pace, we're hitting 80k an hour down towards the cobbled section. We take this left-hander and then the next left-hander, and then we're pretty much on the cobbles again. Here we are onto the cobbles. Belgium in the ascendancy at the front of this peloton. The team of Italy just sitting behind. That's Pietro Matteo, who's there. Oops, problem here for New Zealand. This is the only New Zealand rider, Redmond Connolly. And he's got gear problems. He's managed to get it going by the looks of things. He's got a bit of a chase on his hands now, the New Zealander. Only 4 New Zealand riders are actually here at these World Championships. So you want to give him the best chance possible, keep him in that peloton, see if he can produce something for New Zealand this afternoon. We're into the afternoon now. It's 20-1 here at Kigali. Still Belgium force the tempo. So an important and nice touch today as we just see Delay go out the back for Tunisia, number 95. And in memory of Muriel Ferrer from last year, of course, that tragic day. Muriel Ferrer, the UCI has announced that number 84 will never again be used in the junior women's road race at the UCI Road World Championships in memory of Muriel Ferrer, who died after that last year. So we'll never see 84 used again And I think that's a very important memory of a rider who is sadly missed by her friends and family. One thing that has come out of what happened with Muriel Ferrer last year here at Amy Rimazera going out the back is that you'll see underneath the saddles of all these riders there is a little pack, a data pack, and that data pack is now being used for safety, and it gives it means that everybody knows that all the riders are still on the route. An important innovation that's been added. Very, very important in terms of the memory of Muriel. So Belgium continue with the pressure, forcing the pace. You see the peloton, everybody just hunched over. Riders just being dropped. One of the Czechians going back in the convoy as well. It'd be interesting to see how many riders are left at the end of this lap. We had, what, 101 riders left in the main bulk of the race. It's funny, isn't it? When you look at the riders, as we go back here to number 112, this is our neutral athlete, Andrei Belianin. Incredible when you look at the Slovenian riders, how their position and their style mirrors Tadej Pogačar. And I don't know whether it's the way that they do their bike fits or bike setups in Slovenia, but I mean, it's a good thing to copy. He's the most talented bike rider of his generation. But when you watch Jakob Omrazel, who rides for the Bahrain Victorious development team, and we'll move into Bahrain Victorious, when he's climbing on that cobbled section, he has exactly the same style pretty much as Tadej Pogačar. And it's all the way through this Slovenian team, that the way they hold the bars, the way they ride. You can see it with the rider in the blue and white helmet. The style is so similar. Coming up to the end of this lap, we'll have 9 laps of racing to go. We'll see what the average speed is. It was 41.6 last time. Last time it was Kozores who led. He had a 14-second advantage. This time it's a peloton that is all together. Peloton at Gruppe. We're going to be the first team across the line this time. Son of Brian Walton as he goes across the line. Average speed 41.262. Jonas Walton led Evan Boyle from the USA across the line. Behind them, it was Tim Rex. He must have enjoyed signing his name. Surely, if he wins the world title, he just signs T-Rex.
UCI 25.
Hamel Lehman was in 4th place. Jana Widar, Pierre Matto, and a problem here for the Italian. And this is Simone Gualdi. Needs a wheel change. Not a bad place in the course to have a wheel change. Front wheel change as he gets himself going now. Eritrean Hebron Barn also up towards the front of the peloton in 15th place. Lorenzo Finn is the rider up towards the front, having a drink for Italy, just pouring water over himself. Jonas Walton from Canada across the line first. son of Brian Walton, who rode for 7-Eleven and Saturn, silver medalist in the points race at the Atlanta Olympics. He also won a stage of the Tour of Langkawi in 1997, and the Tour of Langkawi will start on Sunday.